this might surprise some of you, it certainly surprised me, neural circuit that's very important for establishing bonds is one associated with positive delusions. Often when we hear empathy, we think, oh, empathy is really about listening to and really understanding what somebody else is feeling. This is a vital principle for how we fall in love and form attachments, and it's actually part of the desire and mating process itself. I want to just discuss the two neural circuits that use dopamine, that use serotonin and oxytocin, and that collaborate with the autonomic nervous system to drive what we call desire, love, and attachment. And the three circuits are autonomic nervous system, we talked about that one. Then there's the nervous system components or the neural circuits for empathy, for being able to see and respond to and indeed match the emotional tone or the autonomic tone of another. And then there's the third category, and this might surprise some of you, it certainly surprised me, but the data point to the fact that the third neural circuit that's very important for establishing bonds is one associated with positive delusions. So given that the neural circuits for empathy are absolutely crucial for falling in love and maintaining stable attachments, I'd like to talk about those neural circuits and what they are. Now, often when we hear empathy, we think, oh, empathy is really about listening to and really understanding what somebody else is feeling, maybe even feeling what they're feeling. And indeed, that's the case. But what do we mean by that, right? What is it to feel what another feels? What it means is that their seesaw is driving your seesaw, or your seesaw is somehow driving their seesaw, that there's a match in terms of the tilt of those seesaws. Now, it doesn't have to be an exact match, right? If someone that you really care about is very stressed, you could also become very stressed. That's a form of empathic matching, and there are indeed neural circuits for that. But sometimes the best role for us to take is actually one in which we are calm when the person that we care about or that we are romantically involved with is very anxious. In other words, sometimes it's beneficial for a relationship to go into the same state as the other. And sometimes it's more beneficial for us to not go into the same state as the other. But the important feature here is that when we talk about emotional matching or empathy or going into the same state or not going into the same state, what we're really talking about is whether or not the autonomic seesaw of one individual is driving the autonomic seesaw of the other individual. And this is a vital principle for how we fall in love and form attachments, and it's actually part of the desire and mating process itself. I would go so far as to say that one of the prerequisites to the propagation and expansion of our species is this notion of autonomic regulation and, to some extent, matching of autonomic nervous systems.